everybody should be that you're going to be facing all the time?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, of course, right? Blackboard. You remember when we take attendance, right? When we take attendance, what happens when we take attendance? What happened? And what does it say? This meeting is being live streamed. Everybody got that? Lizzie, did you get that? No, and why did they tell me? Is to let you know that you're going to be on. So if I share my screen, right? Do you see here, everybody in the corner here? What's the advantage to this? Why even do it? Why even teach you this? Because one of the things, Nicolette, I don't want to waste your time. I value your time just as much as I value my own time. So why am I even doing this? What's the advantage? We're already recording in Zoom, so who cares? Why would you want to record in YouTube? And you see, right? And you can see how it's doing. Why record? And notice here, powered by Zoom. You have any ideas, Nicolette?
Maybe either, like, it depends on what we prefer. So if we prefer to watch it on Zoom or on YouTube, or for others who aren't registered in our class, if we want to show them.
Yes, exactly. So Nicolette, for instance, you may want to show, you may decide to, what is your major?
Finance.
Finance. So let's say you want to talk about, you've already learned some fintech, right? Some software. You then could then take your Zoom and also have recorded on Zoom and also record on YouTube. You can have your own channel, right? A fintech channel by spend, once every Friday with the fintech channel with Dr. Rush and Nicolette, right? And then when we do it, then we can say, hey, if you can't come here, they can see it on Zoom. And on Zoom, the difference is we're not going to be able to see everyone's faces. So sometimes you want to have a meeting on Zoom, but you also want, instead of uploading, you always can take a file and upload to Zoom, to YouTube, right? You've used YouTube before, right? Yes, Nicolette?
Yes.
Yes, right? So in this case, rather than we're thinking about efficiency, you already have it. And then later on, maybe you say, that session, I don't want it to be public. So you could just have it private. You only share it with those people that have the URL. You understand? Mm-hmm. Or you could have subscribers. Let's say FinTech channel with Dr. Rush and Nicolette. If you want to see what it is, we'll have subscribers. And we can do, gold membership or whatever, or, silver premium. Mm-hmm. Later on, or just have a following. And how easy is it? And guess what? Since it's done that way, we know that we're on Zoom. And I'm doing it via my channel, and I created a new channel, Dylan. I called it Is Training, for ITIS training. So I have other channels, but I created one just for this class. You understand? So it doesn't interfere, but we have it. So everybody needs, Nicolette, to create via Gmail. It seems to work well, because guess who owns Gmail? What company, Nicolette?
Google.
Google. And YouTube. Who owns Google? YouTube. Google. Nicolette, you're on a roll.
And Google.
Google, right? So guess what? If you make a Gmail account, right, it's going to be easier. So make your own Gmail account. Don't use miami.edu. Make a Google account. Make your own channel. And then you will learn how to do it yourself. Everybody with me? So far, so good. Okay. So let me stop sharing. So we got everybody here. And who wants to moderate the chat session today? Lily, do you want to be my guest moderator to moderate my chat? And Isabella, do you mind doing it as well? Yes, no, Isabella? I don't hear you.
Sorry, yeah, sure.
Okay, so Lily and Isabella, monitor my chat. If you have something that you don't want to unmic yourself and just ask, I'm not sure about this, put it in the chat to everyone. And then at certain points, you can interrupt me and say, hey, these are areas in which we have questions about. Okay. And we learn how in this class to help one another. So I teach entirely maybe different than other professors. You know, sometimes I'm a full professor and I have to audit some of my colleagues that have just entered our program as professors, and I see they teach completely different style than I do. One, you know, some people like the more formal style. I think of you all as my colleagues, and we're going to face this tech world together, and it's changing so quickly, and we all need to get the skills needed to do it. And in the meantime, have fun, but don't misinterpret it in the way that I want to have a good time, that we don't do our work. I expect that everybody has attempted to do their work and tried as much as possible to find out the solution. If it doesn't work for you, which happens to me all the time, basically you can reach out to what, Nicolette? You can reach out to Google or any of the chat GPTs, or call Annie. You can reach out to your group. You can reach out everywhere. And then when it doesn't work, what do I request you do? To document your problems. If you come to me and say, it didn't work, I will not give you any credit whatsoever. You have to document what didn't work. And what did you do to try to resolve it? And guess what? Many times it's out of our control. It's out of my control. You know, when Zoom goes down, I have nothing to do with it. When Wiley, we have issues with Wiley's server, I'm not a Wiley employee. But what we can do is try to find issues with it. Okay, anything else? Anything else, Taylor? Any questions that you have for me? We can proceed. Okay, so let's talk about, we have a lot of things to do today. My goal is to do a Zoom exercise. What for next week, for next Wednesday, I want you to break up into groups. And I want you to be an expert in Zoom. So you say, what's the big deal? I can get onto Zoom and I can get off of Zoom. But what I want you to do is to be able to get the captions on, to do polls, to do remote, one-on-one. Guess what, Nicolette? To be able to, go to YouTube, to record on YouTube and have it. And guess what? I'll always tell you, everything is easy when you know it, right? But it's just finding out those ways. And I want you to be fluid, sharing your screen, having participants as well. So we're going to be working a bit on those exercises, the Zoom exercise in your groups. You'll be working individually and as a group. So each of you will be figuring out how to do it, and you'll meet together as a group. And how will I know what you did? You'll be recording it. What? To the cloud, and where else? To the computer. You'll be recording it without a password, because I don't need to be typing in passwords. And you'll be also talking about what? Issues that you face. And what do you have? You have recordings. And that's the beauty, where you can say, hey, I got stuck. We go to Zoom, right? What's happening? Okay, so those are one of the things that we're going to be doing as well. So let me get through a bit of our housekeeping when I talk about, and let me share my screen. And Lily and Isabella, you'll be letting me know if there's issues. Notice that we're recording on Zoom. It looks like it works. Notice I have here my YouTube. I can copy it and put it into my notes, my YouTube channel. So if I need to get to it, I could have that. And what do I want to do? I want to go to, let me make this completely large, right? I want to be able, I have my Zoom meetings, right? And if I go into my Zoom meeting, Mohammed, when we talked about it, if you go to your Zoom meetings, you can see here cloud recordings. Do you see that, Mohammed? So you can see, you can skip through this and try to find what is of issues that you
Okay.
have. Okay?
Yes.
My pleasure here. Okay. And notice, see here, a little timer here. Everybody see, that's my Zoom timer that's telling me that we've already been recording for those minutes. Okay, we'll take attendance afterwards at the end. So basically we have to figure out what's due. And in my what's due section here, let me make this available. And you tell me, do you see this? Isabella, do you see this due Wednesday, September 6th? Isabella, and yours under what's due. Isabella, do you see it?
Hold on, let me look.
Yeah. Wiley plus adaptive assignment, quiz TG1, Zoom collaboration exercise.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, good. So what you see is sometimes not what I see. So we have the Wiley plus assignments, and people were asking me about Wiley plus. If I go to, let me make this available. When I go to introduction, chapter 1, I go all the way down to adaptive assignment. You have a different role than I do. And when I open assignment, notice I have the what they call a dashboard for what role am I? I am what? What role am I? Isabel, am I a student or the instructor?
The instructor.
I'm in the instructor, so I have a different view than you do. I have what we call, Catherine, a need to know. What I call, let me just put this up, put this in your notes here. In security, in IT, we have what we call a need to know. That means we give data to a person, what role they are for their need to know. And Catherine, do you need to know other people's grades in the class?
No.
No. Do you need to know your grades?
Yes.
Yes. Do I need to know everybody's grade? Yes,
Yeah.
right? So I have everyone's grade. This is my need to know. And it says, just so you know, if I go that I see 36 people completed it, 2 people in the class signed up to Wiley Plus, never started, and 1 person's in progress. And then if I go to students, people were asking me about the grades on this. I can see then Isabella, then I can see 100%, and notice it's variable, the time spent, but you get 100%, you get full credit. If you've gotten full credit of 100%, and you see everybody that's completed it got full credit. It's open book and I get this information. Okay. The other part, if I go back to my section and go to Wiley Plus, you'll see that you should have hardware. So for next week, you need to do the same thing. You need to go to the hardware section. You read the different sections of the book. You have some video lessons. Again, Andrew, it's what? It's up to you to listen to the videos, right, Andrew? If you have video, you can listen to it on mixed reality, computer memory, input and output. This is a more technical chapter. I'll go over the things that I think are not so clear. You make notes, Andrew, if something's not clear in terms of technology. For some of you, it will be new. For others of you, may not. And notice on the hardware adaptive, that's where you need to do it under open assignment. I'll probably see that nobody has attempted it because it hasn't been available yet. 40 have not started it, right? And the due date I can see was Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, Wednesday. Okay. So, and in the options here, we do it always before class. So I'm going to edit the assignment. This should only take a few minutes, and I can see practice. And you can see here, people were asking, how do you get it? 100, if you get 100%, you get 1 point. 80, you get 0.50, you get 0.6, and lower than 50, you don't get anything, right? And then if I go next step, right, it'll show me that I'm going to do TG1, the hardware, and the due date. And it's going to be assigned. I could assign it to one person. No, I want to assign it to the entire class, right? And I want the due date to be then in September 6th, right? Available to the students at, and in this case, right. Let's make it at 3:30 and save. Okay. All right. Next, any questions? So next we have that. Now what I'm going to be doing is I have the what's due, I have the Wiley Plus, and now I have assignments and quizzes. Under assignments and quizzes, you have the Wiley Plus. You'll also have TG1. Let me edit the test options. TG1 is here. Show the test, open the test, make it available, add a new announcement that the test. I'm going to leave it 2 attempts. Okay, Lily, is that okay? Rather than 1 attempt, I think it's better because I want you to understand the material, right? It's open book anyways. I'm not going to make a timer. And in this case, we want to display after this, right? And the due date is, we have to change the due date to the right year, helps, right? September 6th. And let's change it to 3:30. And we'll include it in the test grade. And we'll submit. So what do you need to do then, Lizzie, is check under assignments and quizzes, do you see quiz TG1? So you tell me, Lizzie.
Just have to backtrack to that page real quick.
Sure, take your time.
I
It's
see it.
there.
And you see it? Perfect. That's all. Why do I ask Lily and Lizzie is I ask because sometimes I make a mistake. I think I check it off and you don't see it. We work together as a team. Okay, so what did it say? What's due? It said what's due. Let's go back to what's due. It says that we have a Wiley Plus assignment. We made that available in TG1. We made the quiz available under assignments. And now we need to do a Zoom collaboration exercise. And it says, please submit it in your audit section group. We'll do that in a minute. Zoom group, individual exercise folder, and it's under assignments, details. It's found under assignments and quizzes, the exercise folder. So I'm going to go to assignment and quizzes. I want you to do this too. Go to assignment and quizzes. Go to exercises. And you see in this case, Nicole, do you see Zoom group individual exercise?
Yeah, I do.
Good. This is what I want you to work with in your groups. Basically, the objective is to create a Zoom meeting. So you're going to be using zoom.miami.edu. The reason why I want to use zoom.miami.edu rather than another version of Zoom is that this is what we call the educational enterprise version. Just so you know, just because University of Miami pays for Blackboard, University of Miami pays for Zoom for us. So we get extra features in Zoom. Let's take advantage of it because it's enterprise, right? I always like, you know, that I always like to do it. So later on in business, you can basically recommend it. So my goal here is I want to create a Zoom meeting. I want you to be able to stream live to YouTube when you're doing it, just like I did. I want you to invite other team members. I want you to promote some of your team members to co-hosts. I want you to turn on live transcription. I want you to record the meeting. I want you to have 2 sessions. You may want to divide it up and have 2 sessions, one recorded in the cloud, one on premises without password protection. The reason why I don't want you to have password protection, there's nothing secretive of what we're doing. There's nothing proprietary of what we're doing. And it's just easier for all of us to see each other's work without password protection. I want you to be able to share each other's screen. I want you to be able to do remote support, allow the meeting host to provide one-to-one remote support to another participant. I want you to create and display polls. I want you to create and monitor breakout rooms. Now, what I say is upload Zoom and YouTube links. Also copy your YouTube link so we can see how it worked in YouTube, just like I did, as an item in your group folder in the audit area titled Zoom Collaboration. In your group folder, include your name, email address, and cell number. And then I say, discuss the key points learned, challenges and solutions experienced. And we said that this exercise is due next Wednesday. I also have a PowerPoint attached to this. And in the PowerPoint, you'll be able, I just go over some of this in just a bit more detail of that Zoom exercise. Is basically the same thing I told you. Share the screen and where you need to upload. Okay, so we talked about it before then, Lily, is what role am I taking on so far in this Blackboard? Lily, the role of what?
Wait, what do you mean?
Am I an instructor? Am I a student? Am I?
Oh, you're an instructor.
So if I'm an instructor, do I have more rights, more capabilities than you do as your role as a student? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, you can like see everybody's grades and like
I
stuff
can
like
see
that. You can
what
see the
everybody's
entire
grades.
class.
What else can I
Yeah.
do that you cannot do? You think? Besides see
You can
everybody,
assign stuff.
I can basically upload files. Can you upload
Mhm.
here? Can you change this Zoom exercise and edit it? Can you change
No.
the titles here? You are just a
No.
user. But think about it, Lily. I want to teach you how to be basically an administrative role. I want you to upload all your assignments. I want you to create a group folder. Can you do it here? Not so easily, right? So what I've done is I've created another section for everybody in this class. It may be, Mohammed, we may have to have you later on, we'll work it out. but others that have been assigned, I've created all of you to be teaching assistants. Do you understand that, Lily? So I've created, so if you go to your front page, right into, if I go to what's due, right, and you go to your front page, you should see, and let me close this, I have something called BTE-GH Z audit. And I want everybody to go to your front page and see if you can find BTE210-GH audit. And you may, best way to do, you may want to go on the lines here. Rather than going this way to get the pictures, just go to the lines and see if you find it. And you are a teaching assistant. Dylan, did you find it?
Yep.
Okay. Lena, did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect. So what is your role, Lena, you think, in that section? You'll be a teaching assistant. Do you think you'll have more rights than a student? Yes. So what I'd like everybody to do, and then later on, if you can't get it, we'll work it out, is go to your section called BTE210-GH. And notice under announcements, it has what? In this case, Catherine?
No announcements found.
No announcements found. Because it's your it's basically, think about it, is your, what I call audit. You'll be able to audit your work and you'll be able to audit everyone else's work. You remember, Catherine, the need to know? I said, you don't need to know other people's grades. You don't need to know what they turned in. Here, we're going to be able to help each other and see what everyone else did. And you will have administrative rights. So basically what I'm teaching it to be is a Blackboard administrator. But it's not just a Blackboard administrator. Basically, think about information systems is we have different roles. One time I deal with, I'm a user in some applications and I have more administrative rights in another application. So under groups, I want to click on groups. You see, Andrew, I have group 0. And how do I edit it? Is I can go into, just pull this down, I can go into edit. You can even edit mine, right, Andrew? Can you edit mine? Can you pull it down?
Let me try.
And say edit?
Yeah.
Notice everybody, and that's what we have to be worried about, Andrew, because if we can edit everybody's work, right? You want to have what, Andrew? You want to have backup, right?
Yeah.
But notice here it says Dr. Rushanik, and if I wanted to, I could then do paren Dr. Rush, right, with my name. And then I have my email and there. And now if I want in the bottom, you see where it says submit, I create submit. What group are you? You remember what group you were in, Andrew?
I don't remember the number, but
Who was in with you?
Look.
Look.
Pavel, Franco, and Catherine.
Okay, Catherine, you remember what group you were in?
I don't remember the number.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to make you group 1. So it's Andrew, Catherine, and who else?
Pavel and Franco.
Franco. So what you need to do, and everybody look at it, you see where it says build content? I want to do a folder. Basically, look at this. I have group 0. And under group 0, I have the first exercise. It says Zoom group individual exercise. Who attended that Zoom, the key points you learned, the challenges, and all your Zoom recordings will go inside this folder. So let me go back. So how would you do it? I need to create a new folder. So if I go to build content, highlight build content, what do you think you need to do, Andrew? To get a folder?
Is there an option that says create a folder?
Well, look, I'm
Oh,
sure.
create item.
No, I want a folder.
Oh, create content folder.
Okay, click on it. Or I'll click on it. Content folder, and let's say this was group 1. And later on, you can switch it over. It doesn't matter, group 1. And in this part, you need to put everybody's name, right? And then everybody can put their own name after you submit. You don't want them to do it at the same time because you want to do it. So in this case, I'll put group, and then I'm just going to put Andrew right now, and you'll fill it in, and then I'll put in email, and you'll fill it in, and then I'll put in phone. You'll fill it in, and now I'll submit. Okay, and now I'll submit, but you'll fill it in later. And what I want for every group that we have, even if you don't remember your group number, just get everybody that was in your group together and put it in as a group. You understand? And then what do I want the next part? That it look like exactly like mine, that it will be saying another what? What is this example of? An item or a folder? Andrew. It's
Oh,
a
it's a folder, sorry.
folder within it, Zoom group, individual exercise, put all this in, but instead of later on, you'll be filling this out because you haven't done the group exercise, right? But then you'll say who attended those Zoom sessions, what were the key points learned, what were the challenges? Of course, there were challenges, what were the solution? And all your Zoom recordings and URLs in the folder, you'll be able then to put those in as items that you'll be able to do. So for instance, here it would be an example, Zoom meeting recorded on the device, Zoom meeting recorded in the cloud. Notice it has the URL, revise YouTube live stream. You'll show your YouTube live stream, a revised YouTube live stream, and so forth. So what I want to do now, and we can go back to it, you see right now, if I go to groups, I have group 0 and 1. I want to then have all 9 groups there, put those in, and later on we'll do it. And we'll put in our beginning exercises in our audit area when we do exercises. You see that, Nicolette? So already we're learning the Zoom, already we're learning the Blackboard. I want you to do those skills because guess what? We got to learn how to collaborate. Do I have all the answers? No. And now even past the pandemic, things are not going back to everything in person, right? Some things we're going to need to do are, some jobs will be all remote, some jobs, even when they're going to be in person, right? Sometimes you don't want to travel across the country for a meeting. People are saying, hey, it's more efficient, just meet on Zoom and then meet the customer or meet the client, right? If you're going to be in fintech, you're going to be in wealth advisor, right? Sometimes it's better just let them see your fintech talk on YouTube, and then you can meet your group of clients on Zoom. And then sometimes you can go out to, you know, Fisher Island and visit your clients, your wealthy clients. You got it? So what is the thing that I want to do now? Is I want at least to spend 20 minutes with your group. And what I want you to do is set up your group and your subfolder, and then think about a time that you can meet together. You probably want to do work on your own, trying to create the Zoom, all those sessions, then meet together and record via the cloud, record via the computer, do all those capabilities, and then you'll help one another. Hey, I couldn't figure out the poll. Everybody try out a poll. I just don't want one person to do it in the group, right? I want everybody to be the most expertise. But later on, I say, Nicolette, you know what? You're moderating the group today. Write a poll and ask these 3 questions. And she said, no problem, Dr. Rush, I can do that. And then I give you capabilities to write the poll, right? How many times is it nice? So you're capable. And then later on, you can even already put that on your resume, on your LinkedIn, or what are your capabilities? Plus use it. Okay, so any questions? So for my breakout room for 15 minutes or so is what I want everybody to have is their group. Make sure it's the folders, look at each other and help, and then start figuring out in Zoom what are we going to need to do? When are we going to meet again? Because it's due when? Next Wednesday.
So we're
And how
not,
can you-
are we
Pardon?
doing class or no? This is
What?
like a homework thing.
This is a homework, but you can start even now when you're doing the breakout room. Yeah, start
Yeah.
it.
So what are we like actually submitting, a link and a cloud recording?
Yeah, link and cloud recording. Plus, you're going to be submitting this on your let me go to group 0. Is you'll be recording who attended the session, what were the key points. You'll do like a summary. What were the key points that you learned? What were the challenges? What were the solutions? And then when you're figuring it all out and when you're showing it, you'll have a recording showing all of that. Everybody in the class will be in your group will be showing how do you, everybody knows how to share the screen. Everybody knows how to promote a co-host. Does everybody know how to create a poll? Basically based on that PowerPoint that I showed you. What other questions?
Do we just have to submit one link as a group or each individually submit our own?
Well, in some when you did for sure as a group, and then if you've done one on your own, right, when you were trying to figure it out, submit that too. And put your name of what you did. Like when you did your own YouTube channel. You should have your own YouTube, when you created it, when you tried to do your, go to the YouTube. That's why I say it's individual and group. So before you even meet with the group, I'd suggest you do all of that on your own and record it. Why waste it, right? Even when you make mistakes. That's the beauty here is you say, hey, I can't figure this out. I hope in the group, they'll teach me how to do it. Or you can reach out, you can text somebody and say, how do you do that? I think it is a learning experience and also that you have it for yourself. And once you do it on your own, right, Nicole, once you do it on your own, it's a lot easier, right, to remember rather than watching someone else. That's what I used to hate about groups. One person would do it and 3 people would look around, So I want everybody to have expertise. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to go to breakout rooms. I'll have you go to the breakout room where your people are. So I'm having 9, right? I think that's what we used last time. And Mohammed, my last one, who was 3 people?
Yes.
Anybody tell me on the chat, who was 3 people? Nobody remembers? I remember 3 people were assigned. So I'm going to create 9 groups. Put yourself in a group, and then you may be able to switch around and start everybody by the end of today. What I want from everyone is to see 9 groups with all the names filled and the subfolder with the beginning of the Zoom collaborative exercise. You're not going to fill it in, but at least you have everything prepared. You got it? Colin, you got it? Good. So I'm going to assign, let participants choose room. Create. Okay. And I'm going to open up all my rooms and you guys figure out joining. Put yourself in one. If you don't remember, you can put yourself in one. to be okay. And then I'll come around to each group and answer any questions that you have. So we can figure it out. And this is the idea. There's no, and all the chat GPTs are our friend, Google's our friend. You know, I think of the opposite, where we can get ways in which to do it. That's what life is about. Figure it out. And figure out, get help from each other. Just join a group.
I don't remember who was in my group from last time. How do I
Okay,
just
so
assign
pick a
myself to
group. Just find somebody. If you don't remember, we didn't do anything, right? So it's not like wasted on that case. Andrew, pick something that we don't have 10 people, you know, in a group. So pick something that's less than 4.
How do I just like pick a group?
So just join something you see in your friend. Say join. That's how you pick. Just join a group.
Where do I go for groups? Like, where does it say join groups?
On the side, you don't have breakout rooms? In progress.
In progress.
Right, in progress. Breakout rooms in progress.
I don't see where it says that.
Okay. I'm going to assign you to group 1, okay?
Okay, great.
Room 1, okay?
Thank you.
Now we have too many in room 1, so we'll switch.
Wait, I don't know what group I'm in.
Okay, let me find out. I don't know. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, then here in this case, moved, let's see who has less people. A lot of people have a lot of people or not.
4 and 9 both have 4 people. Everyone else has 5.
Okay, so we'll move it. You know what?
Or
Do we have 9? Okay, we'll start here. We'll move it in. Yeah, so everybody has, so I guess we're really we'll move some people later on. You know what? Let's make, because we have more people today. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go to one that's 4.
okay.
And then we'll move. All of a sudden, everybody came in, huh? Okay. Hi, what's the question?
No, nothing. I'm just switching rooms.
Okay, just switch rooms. You know what would be even good? Yeah, later on we'll do.
Okay.
We got 9. Okay, did you find one? Just find one that has 4. Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And I'm in GH 2023. I want to go to groups, right? And I have group 1, Andrew, Franco, and Andrew. Both Andrews, weren't there 4 people in group 1?
There's a 4th one if you click on it, I think. Hers was in there.
I don't see it. So go and look it on yours, you see it, okay? And then if I go to group 2, right, everybody has it. So group 2 is, it shouldn't be group 2. I should be able to see groups here. I should see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a group 5? So in this case, then we're missing, that's why we have so many. Make a group 6, make yourself group 5, and group 7, 6. So we only have 8 groups here. And then if I go into group 1, right, I need another folder here, Andrew, right? Just like if you go to group 0, you should have something that looks like this: Zoom group individual exercises. And then at the end, you'll write up this. And within this, right, if I looked at this, within this, I'll be able to see within that Zoom collaborative exercises, then I'll have a Zoom meeting recorded on basic on the computer. I'll have the link for the Zoom meeting recorded in the cloud. I'll have a YouTube live stream of each individual person in there. So if I go back to groups, right, you need to, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong class. If I go back to groups, I should be seeing it. So for group 2 with Nicolette, make a subfolder, make another folder that looks just like it. So everybody do that now under groups, right? Group 3, right? Make a subfolder. You got the first one. Do that now. Group 4, just like mine, you can take mine as an example. Group 4, you got the first part in. Make it for each of yours. So at least everybody has it. And group 6, change it to 5. And then we have 2 groups, right? So Spencer and folks, change yours to group 5. Right, good. So now under the Zoom, here attended Zoom sessions, just so you know, Dylan, we don't know if everybody's going to attend that. So, you know, at the end, so fill this in when everybody has put in who's attended the Zoom session. Hopefully it will be everybody. And later on, it's 4. Later on, we may take one of you and put into another group here and lessons learned. And then at this point in the Zoom exercise, but it's good. Okay. So basically I can see all of these have been grouped in group 9. Right. Well, in group 9, what have we done here? Zoom instruction exercise. What is this? I don't understand what these are. You haven't done anything. My group 9, you want to submit when you have something done. You understand that, Pavel and Gabrielle? this is not, and the Zoom instruction exercise, this needs to be, as soon as I see this, let me go back one. Right? Group 9, what is this? This is a picture of a folder. So group 9, we got, this needs to be a folder, not an item. So you'll see here, there's something called an item and a folder. A folder is where we're going to store it. And under the content folders, then we can store items. You understand, where we give a name, we can give a description, we can attach a file, and we permit users to see it. So group 9, go back and correct it and put it as a folder. Right here, very good. So Zoom instruction exercise. We need this to be a folder, but on the Zoom instruction exercise, for that, make it that you will be able, let me do this. What I would do is, I take group 6 and I use that as a sample. Every group, look at group 6. So when under the Zoom recording exercise, have this in the front. Why? Because that way I'll be able to see everyone be able to see who was attended, what key points did they learn, what challenges, what solutions, and all their Zoom recordings and all their URLs are within this folder. And if there was some issue, they had problems with live streaming, you'll put that on, and then you'll try to find solutions that were in it. So those that have it, that group 9, make it, and all of you have that in. So if you go and edit, you can see that this was the recording of, notice what? The content folder, and then they just put here in the description, they put this part, and they submitted. So that's the other thing. Later on, whenever you submit anything, make sure that you have backup. Why, Gabriel? Why is it so important to have backup for the audit area?
If you lose there, you have something else.
What?
I didn't understand your question. What do you mean
My
backup?
understanding, whenever you submit anything in this, what I call the audit area, why is it important for you to have backups?
Just in case you lose it, like you have an extra
What
one.
else if you lose it, but you put it up here? What's the problem? What's the problem, Andrew Wirtz? What's the problem what's the disadvantage of this audit area? Why am I saying, Andrew, you could have worked all night, right?
Other
Or
people
half
can
hour.
delete your stuff.
What?
Other people can delete your stuff.
Yes, you have access, Gabriel, to go into anyone's group and mess with it. Accidental or intentional. I expect, right, that no one will do that, right, Andrew? We expect that, but we're going to be aware of our situation, that it's like putting it out there and expecting everyone to obey all the rules. And sometimes they don't, and sometimes things happen too, right? The computer crashes, the server and Blackboard crashes, right? So you always want to have backups in other devices. You want to go to your OneDrive or Google Drive or whatever to have also backups on your computer as well. So now what are the questions? So what I'd suggest you do is we'll have class on Wednesday. I'll go over some other things and from the book, but in this way, you can ask me some additional questions here, but you know that any of our exercises will be done in what I call the audit area. We'll be able to upload. Individual, like the quizzes and Wiley Plus, those are in other areas. And then when we start doing some Andrew some FinTech exercises. We'll have another folder called FinTech exercises where we'll do it. Right now, I'm just getting you used to all the parts and seeing what are some of the disadvantages. The more, Andrew, your group, if your group can finish tonight or have it done by Wednesday, at least first draft, it'll be good. So I can look at your group and say, hey, these are the things that are missing. You know, if you can get it out of the way, and then you can enjoy your your Labor Day weekend, that's what I would try to do. Okay, so let's do this. I have to change sections, and I have to go to our regular section. And that's a little bit confusing, noticing what it is. In our regular section, you notice we have all our announcements, right, Catherine? This is where we have all of our announcements. This is where I have my attendance. And this, by the way, Dylan, is an API. This is another program called Quickly that connects to Blackboard. Via what? Now we know it, Dylan, an API, right? And at this point here, I just want to go to check-in, and I want to start my check-in. And it's 1964. Put that in, and hopefully we can finish with our attendance. Everyone knows more or less what to do. I'll answer any more. I'll stay with others after our attendance. You see that on 1964, we'll get together. Let's wait till it ends here, and we'll see what we have on the end of check-in. But we have our assignments for next Wednesday. On this Wednesday, I'm going to go over some material about hardware, give you an overview, and then some of your groups. If you want to already finish for Wednesday, I can use some of your groups as my demos, and I can give you feedback on it. But formally, it will be due on Wednesday. Questions?
I'm a bit confused about which part of the project is individual and which part of
The individual is basically the YouTube Live. And when you're practicing, each individual can do their mini, you have an option to do a mini recording, but YouTube Live is done by everyone individual. The rest you'll meet as a group, you'll have other people, you'll decide who is the host, inviting other people, and you'll be promoting each other, and you can do it as a group. I want everybody involved and taking a part in that recording. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
My pleasure. What else? Okay. So stay with me if you have additional questions. Otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday. And thank you for my moderators in helping me today. And Mohammed, stay with me and we'll get you up and running.
Sure.
I have a question regarding,
Sure.
You know how we just made the subfolders in each of our group folders?
Okay, have you been with the group? You grouped in?
Yeah. I made our folder and our subfolder. But
so what's your question?
In the subfolder, when you put in I try to put in the text of who is in the Zoom chat today, but it doesn't come up.
So share your screen with me. What other do I have a quick question while Rachel shares her screen? Nicolette.
I'm just having a problem with the attendance. It's saying when I click on the link that the page can't be found.
Okay, you're going to need to get with Blackboard.
Okay, I'll do that.
Get with Blackboard and again, it's beyond my thing, but
Mhm.
I know
Of
you're
course.
here, so I'll adjust it, the next
Okay,
time.
thank you.
Nicolette,
I
but
appreciate it.
for sure. But that's a problem. Some people I don't know what the issue is, and I don't have
Okay.
control of it. But Blackboard is using, right, Nicolette, using the
Mhm.
API. So just
Yep.
they have a phone number even. Contact,
Yes, perfect. I'll call them. Thank you so
call
much.
them and just,
Professor, I
yes.
had a problem
Mhm.
with attendance as well.
Perfect.
I didn't type in the code in time, so I couldn't check in.
Okay, so Franco, so let me just do this now then. Let me just share my screen. Let me just get this out of the way. Okay, so let me just say here, records. So what was yours, Nicolette? Your last name?
Onesto, O-N.
O-N, let's find it. Yeah, so let me just change it right now.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna say present, but but find out, because it's gonna happen all the
Mhm.
time. You know what I mean?
Definitely, I will.
And
Yes.
perfect. Keep up the good attitude. Okay,
Thank you.
who else?
Franco, please.
What's your
Thank you.
last name, Franco?
It's Huesca, Huesca.
H?
I saw myself. I was
You
a
saw,
little above, I
you
think.
listen?
Yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
let me do it. And then you
Thank
do,
you.
okay. Update. Oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me update present. Okay, perfect. Oh, we got that.
Thank you.
Who
Have a good day.
else? Anyone else on that? We got everybody. Okay. So John, what is your issue?
Yeah, so I don't have an issue. I just have a question.
Okay.
So for our group recordings, one thing I'm confused on, I'm not confused on, I'm kind of just clarifying.
Right.
Do we have to say anything in specific, or
Of
just showing we
course,
can?
you want to go through all the steps and show that what you can do. For instance, if it says show how to do, talk about how to do YouTube Live, show the steps on how to do YouTube Live, show the steps on how to create a poll and create a poll. All those
Okay,
things,
so
you'll be recording what you're doing as if you're explaining to somebody how to do it for the first time. So
Okay,
somebody
so
could
just
use
talking our
your
way through it.
video and learn exactly from it. And you want to share
Okay.
the screen, right? You don't want to just talk in generalities. Oh, you do a poll and the poll is neat. Show me how to do a poll. Do a poll. See if it works. And you want
Okay,
each
thank you.
person involved. You may even want to think about assigning each person something to talk about.
Okay, great,
Right?
thank you.
Does that help?
Yes.
So explain that to your group. It basically, think about that recording is that somebody could take that recording and know how to do know how to do all those steps in Zoom.
And you said in the individual part, you can
Would
just
be
show
how
YouTube.
to record via with YouTube. That when you record,
Live.
recording via YouTube. So one person can do that in the general session, but everybody has to have it done too.
Okay, great, thank you.
You understand? So everybody will have
Yes.
it. So everybody, and if somebody in your group, John, has issues, couldn't do it, for instance, you got to do it, John, you'll help them. And then
Okay, great.
so they can do it.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Wonderful. You too have a great day. Okay. Andrew,
I had a quick question. So
Sure.
for Wednesday, for September 6th, I believe is
Right.
next Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
In terms of homework, we have the Wiley Plus Chapter 1 TG and the Quiz TG1, correct? That's due?
Yes, TG1.
Yeah. As well as so for the group
Zoom.
thing, where exactly do you find the instructions? Is it called, is there a certain like
It's an exercise assignment. So if I look, let me show it to you.
Okay.
Excellent question.
I'm just
So
gonna
you
write
can
down the
see it.
name where it exactly is.
So it'll be right here. Let me get into my regular, this is my, make sure you're not in audit. Make sure you're in your regular, right? You're in your regular one. You see this under assignments and quizzes.
Okay.
Click on it. So you can find it, Andrew.
Here, I'm doing it right now. Assignments and quizzes, and then
under exercises, you see exercises?
under exercises, yep.
And what do you see there?
I see the Zoom group individual exercise.
Right, and you see there's a PowerPoint?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a downloadable link, right? The
Yeah.
attached files? Yeah.
Right.
And then with the solo part, you said about the YouTube live.
Mm-hmm.
Do I just start a live on YouTube and screen record that and send it to you as a
No,
document?
not send it to me. You put that in your audit area
Okay,
with everything
so
else.
so since our group has 5 people, we'd get 5 different YouTube lives pretty much?
Yeah,
Okay. All right,
everybody,
perfect.
because everybody will have their own channel.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
And you want to have everyone, and then you'll describe in your YouTube channel, you'll describe how to do YouTube live.
Okay, sounds
rather
good.
than just talking about the weather.
Yeah.
Right. You want on your YouTube live, your channel is, hey folks, did you know that you could run Zoom and also record it at the same time, record it on YouTube live? This is how you did it, and these were the steps I needed to do. And you can even tell them first you needed to do a YouTube channel, right? And these are the best ways to do it. These are errors that possibly got.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Perfect. All right.
Okay, how's that sound?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Have you ever done it?
No, I've not done a YouTube live, but I made
So
that.
that's what I'm saying. So now you'll know how to do it.
Yeah,
And
but
done
I
the
haven't
other ones,
done
and
it, so.
but have you done YouTube? You have a YouTube channel?
If I have an account, I'm pretty sure I have a channel. So yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to create an account. So that's one of the things you have to do is create a YouTube channel.
Okay. Yep.
You can't do it without a YouTube channel.
All
And
right.
use your Gmail account. Don't use your Miami.edu account for that.
Oh, so we're not allowed to use our Miami one?
I don't think it may not work in YouTube. So we found out students had problems. So just use your Gmail account.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Okay, but for Zoom, you'll use the university's Zoom.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
And if you have issues, do it before Wednesday, and then we can discuss it in class, and other students can help you too.
Yeah, we're planning on meeting tomorrow. So
Yeah, meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get it done. Finish it, and then I can give you feedback. And then you
Okay.
can have a fun long weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
What
I'll
else?
see you Wednesday. Thank you.
Okay. And then Andrew, what other questions you have?
Yeah, so I have a question about the quiz that was due today. So I
Which
answered in
quiz?
my
The
first
regular
attempt-
quiz or the?
Yeah, the regular quiz, like not
Yeah.
the adaptive quiz.
Okay, what
I
about?
answered all the questions
Okay.
and it said I got a 9 out. Like I remembered I clicked every single question.
Right.
And then it told me that I hadn't selected anything for question 7, but for
Okay.
some reason still let me submit. And it's saying that question 7 was left blank.
Did you do it twice or did you do it
So I
once?
did it twice, but then the second time, because I knew what letters I
Right.
had put
Right.
for each question, but I guess they put the
So
questions.
what did you
out
get?
of
9
order.
out of 10?
So I got a 9 out of 10, and then for my second attempt, I got a 6 out of 10 because I just did it quickly because it was saying I was missing one, but I didn't realize they put the questions they mixed the order up of them.
Okay,
So,
so I'll look at it and I'll make adjustments, okay? For
okay,
this
great.
one. But
Yeah.
next time pay attention, okay?
And are we
And if
graded?
sometimes if you get 9 out of sometimes you can stop at one time too. You don't have to go for the second, but you should be able to do better than the second time than the first time. Okay,
So
but
my
don't worry
question
about it.
was this
Yeah.
is the second attempt our grade or is it the best
The
of
second, no,
each-
it's the second attempt is your grade.
Okay, great. I did not know that. I thought it was
Yeah,
the best
okay,
of
yeah, no, so it's the second attempt, so you know it now. But don't worry
all
about
right,
it.
great.
So the
And will you
first
be able
one
to
will.
go and adjust that?
Yeah, I'll adjust it. Remind me next time on Wednesday, remind me and I'll go in and adjust it.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
perfect. But
Thank
just
you.
now know that the second one, you should do better. Okay,
Great. Thank you.
perfect. Remind me next time at the end of the class.
Should I
Andrew.
just write you an email to remind
No,
you as well?
just do it at the end of the class. Stay with me at the end of the class next time and I'll do it while I'm there.
Okay, great.
That way you see it too. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect. Have a good day. We'll
You
see you
too.
Wednesday. Okay, Rachel, what do you want to show me?
Yeah, let me just share my screen really quickly.
Okay.
So, say you click on a group. and
Okay,
on
why
this-
don't you click on your group?
Because I just want to show you what's missing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
this text doesn't show up for some
Okay,
reason.
so go on your group and I'll show you what you're doing.
Okay.
Everything's easy when you know it. You'll know it, you know it. Okay, click on it. Now say edit. Now go back. Fill it up completely. Fill up your screen. Make it maximize your screen. Okay, see this in the description here. Zoom. What did you do here? Is that what? Okay, attended. Okay, so what's the problem now? First of all, exercise is misspelled, right? But don't worry about that. You can. So what's your question?
I don't know where to put it to get this text to come up. Like when you're
It's
just
right there.
where.
Submit. You see down here.
No, that's what I mean. I've been submitting it, but it still doesn't show up like over here. But it does for every other.
Click again, Zoom recording. Click on there. No, not there. Inside. Right there where it says Zoom recording. Click on it. We'll see what it is. Okay, now go back. Go back.
I've done it.
Here, let me share my screen
Okay.
real quick. Stop sharing. Let me go to mine. Let me just see mine. You know what I mean? Let me
Mhm.
see if I can get into it. So I'm going to go into, I have to change Z audit. What group are you? What
Three.
group number?
3.
3. Okay, this works. Group 3, this worked out all right. Zoom recording, I see it.
I guess it just doesn't come up on my end.
Maybe you just didn't refresh.
I did, but okay, as long as it's there. I just thought it was.
Yeah, close it and go back to Blackboard.
Okay.
Okay, it's there, but you need to add more. You attended the Zoom meeting, but you need to have more. And this, you see here, Nicole and all those, you want to put last names.
I just don't have their last names.
Yeah, well, you need to get, you should have their last names in the group one, right, in the beginning. So if I go back, right, you do have their last names, right? What number are you again? You see?
Oh yeah, 3.
Here you have their names. No?
Yeah.
Rachel? Kim?
Mohammed's here. Yes. Well, Mohammed's right here, so I could just add his last name now.
Okay.
And
So
then
you have,
okay.
so you have 6 people?
Yeah.
Okay, we have too many. So you know what?
It was initially just me, James, Ryan, and Maddie. And then I
Okay.
think probably everyone got
You know what we need to do, Rachel?
Hmm.
Is build content.
for group 5.
Yeah, but let's do group 10. Take Mohammed and yourself and ask a couple of the other people that have like 5 people
Mm-hmm.
and put them in your group.
Okay.
And make yourself see here in group 10, let your group know, right? And then you can take Mohammed yourself, get Mohammed's, you have Mohammed's phone and tech and his email. So share that now with him.
I have his number. I could just ask him for his
Yeah.
number.
Yeah, so text him and get his number and stuff, and then redo it for group 10 and take yourself off of group, what is it? What were you in 3? Yeah,
Group
take
3.
yourself off
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was way too big, your group. And then you may want to ask, do you know anybody else in the class? Rachel?
Yeah, I do.
So ask 2 more people in the class to join you
Okay.
before everybody does any work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll text
And then
him.
we have 10. Okay, what else?
Okay, so you want me to make a group of 4 people?
Yeah, make a group of 4 people, but take from that. Take Mohammed, right?
And then 2 other people, and I'll remove
And 2
myself.
other people that you know in the class, and say that Dr. Rush asked me to create a new group. And take those that have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take those that have 5 and even just text them, and take hopefully one of those and then we can have it. You understand?
I got it. Awesome. Okay. That sounds good.
Okay, perfect. And I thank you for taking the leadership, Rachel, and also seeing what are the issues. You know what I mean? We want to catch it in the bud right away.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll do that.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Take care. So Mohammed,
Yes. I'm not actually in that what is that class, I'd say, like with the audit
yeah,
one?
right. So what I need you to do is I need you to contact Blackboard
Okay.
and tell Blackboard that you need to be in the audit area of BTE210-GH.
Do you want
Contact
to
them now.
call them?
Call them.
Okay, sure.
Do you know where the phone number is?
Yeah, I'll just look it up.
Yeah, look it up. It's right here when you first come into Blackboard, right? I think in the institutional page. Right here. Jot it down real quick. 305-284-3949. You got it?
3949?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me call them.
Call them today. They'll put you on hold, but call them now. You know what I mean? And just
And
put
you just
on
tell
hold
them to add you.
to add you to the BTE audit
Okay.
210-GH.
BT audit.
Right, but give them the right section, GH.
BT210-GH audit. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll call them.
Call them
Okay.
and then make sure when you're there, you say you want to be on the line so that you can see that it's on your website on the
Okay.
Blackboard.
Yeah. This is Mohammed speaking. I'm
Okay,
looking.
I'm gonna get off now. Okay,
Okay.
Mohammed?
Sure. All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Yes. Hello. Yeah, this is Mohammed speaking. I just